What are your priorities for economic development? 2 minutes.
We have a very good economic development team. Amy Madison is doing an excellent job. She's very friendly, she's very aggressive, and she knows how to recruit businesses. We have a good economic development council, and I think as a city council member, the best thing you can do is keep people that know how to recruit in there. It's the most important thing is that you have experts in that field that have a focus, and that's a council-driven issue to give them the focus of what you're looking for. And everybody wants the clean businesses. We want technology. We want medical. And living so close to Interstate 10 as well as on top of I-35, we're great for distribution. And we've seen that. Wide Light expanded not too many years ago. HEB expanded recently, and that was on our current Economic Development Chair's watch. So I would like to see to it that we can keep people that know what they're doing in there. As a council member, you can do a whole lot more to run off business than you really can to bring in business. And I think we've seen plenty of that over the past 20 years.
Ms. Capoeira.
Well, I've been pretty clear that we need to support local small businesses, and we do that through smart growth. In this economic situation where thousands of people are losing their jobs, we as citizens are tightening our belts. It's about time that the City Council tightened its belt. And we need to support local businesses, small businesses, people who own businesses, who pay taxes in this community. We need to make sure that we have businesses that don't pollute like we did in the 80s. And I was a very staunch opponent to those sorts of industries that ruin our river and our air quality. And the way that we can do that also is to make sure that our students who want to stay here in this community have high-paying jobs, not retail jobs, but something that allows them to purchase a home, raise a family. And this is something I've been talking about for the better part of 2 years. We also need to make sure that our residents on the south side have good jobs. We can do that through fostering small businesses, where we're giving large abatements to outside corporations that clearly don't need it. We do that to the detriment of those who live in our community. And when those businesses then in turn give money, I often wonder, why are we doing that cycle, when we could just be helping, improvements of awnings, which zoning ordinances make it very difficult for our local businesses, or fostering pilot programs through the procurement of various grants. And at my website, I have a whole myriad of information specifically about green-collar industries attracting veterans. I have a proposal to provide rebates to businesses that attract veterans, and all of this data is available on my website. Thank you.
Well, currently, how we fund our economic development is by giving a lot of incentives and tax abatements to companies who otherwise can't afford it themselves. I've been against that. I've spoken out against it. I really think that those incentives are currently funded through our general fund. And our general fund, all of it, but about $10 million is spent a year. I would like to see the creation of an economic development fund that we kind of put money aside in, save it away, and any companies that we want to give incentives to or create tax abatements for, that we use the economic development fund for that instead of taking that money from our general fund. By creating more higher paying jobs in San Marcos, there's lots of people in this town that are well educated and have the experience to take these higher paying jobs, but currently they're not there in San Marcos. We don't have them. So they take up a lot of minimum wage jobs that people on the south side generally want to work at. So I think if we can create higher paying jobs, that's going to increase the amount of minimum wage jobs that's available for people who want to seek those avenues and those types of employment. I think that's pretty much a good way that we can sit there and prioritize our economic development. Get higher paying jobs in, create an economic development fund so we can give incentives to those companies that want to come in, and not incentivize companies that can otherwise pay for it themselves. This is our money that they're incentivizing it with. I'm not for incentivizing companies to move further south of town, and that will help promote urban sprawl like we did with Target and JCPenney's 7 miles further south of town. I never go there anymore. I haven't been there since they opened. It's just too far south. So, thank you.
To answer the question of why do we give tax abatements, it's because it makes the city money. We just recently gave Griffles an abatement, and it was a local issue, it was a county issue, and the state even helped them out. And that's going to bring in 190 jobs, averaging 38,000 a year, which is probably the biggest fish San Marcos has ever landed as far as high income goes. These things do work. No, we don't want to give millions of dollars to $7 an hour jobs if it's not going to enhance the quality of life in San Marcos. But if you can spend $3 and make $4, that's a good idea all day, every day, and I will take that. That's 33.3%.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
All right.
All right, let's go to our audience questions. There's a podium over there. If you